Hey everyone, welcome back. Today I'll be showing you how to create this 3D text effect using Adobe After Effects in just a few simple steps. You can follow along with the practice project file that I will leave in the description box. You can download it, or you can follow along with the steps in the tutorial just with me. So let's begin. We will start off by creating a new composition, and we're going to change the composition time to around 5. So it's a 5-second composition. The first thing we'll do is create a new solid layer. On the solid layer, we'll apply the effect of gradient ramp, and you will select the 4-color gradient for this. Now you can choose whatever color you want and you can customize it to however you feel. I'm going to choose a yellow and an orange color. And then I'm going to arrange the gradient ramp somewhat like this. Now we're going to create a new text layer, and then we're just going to align our text layer to the center of our composition. On this text layer, we're going to again apply the gradient ramp, but this will be just the 2-color gradient ramp. And the start of ramp will be positioned here and the end of ramp will be positioned at the bottom, and here you can again customize the colors however you want. Now we're going to apply the effect of CC glass on our text composition. Here we'll change the property to alpha, softness to 6.9, the height to -24.5. Next I'm going to change the light to around 71, and in the shading option you're going to reduce the metal to a 0 and increase the specular to 100. So you have this effect right here. Now this is our main text layer. What I'm going to do is Ctrl+D and duplicate it and place it below our main text layer, and this will be our outline. So I'm just going to rename it as the outline of our text. And in this layer, in the character option, you're going to turn off the main fill and you're going to activate the stroke. Now we're going to change the gradient ramp color for the outline, and I'm going to remove the CC glass from this. So this is a simple outline. Now we'll create a 3D effect for this, which is basically a fake 3D effect that you can create on any text. In order for us to do that, you will duplicate the outline and place it below the outline, and you're going to rename it as your 3D text layer. And in the gradient ramp, you're going to swap these colors. So the start of ramp will be lighter and the end of ramp will be darker. The first thing that will apply to this 3D text layer after changing the ramp colors are the CC Fast Radial Blur option. And this is where we'll create the 3D effect. We're going to change the value to around 83, and you're going to change this zoom to the brightest color, and we're going to change the anchor point to around 920 and 208. You can choose to move the anchor point however you wish, but this is where I like it for this particular text effect. Next, we're going to apply the curves effect to it, and this is where you will start to see the 3D effect come into place. In the channel option, you're going to turn on the alpha, click at the center point, then drag this point right up here until you see a straight line, and this is how you create a fake 3D text effect in Adobe After Effects. So on the 3D text layer, we have 3 effects applied here, and the last effect that you'll be applying here is the drop shadow effect. So the distance will be 41 and the softness to around 69. Again, you can play with these settings however you like. The next thing we're going to do is select all our 3 text layers, and we are going to pre-compose them, just the text layers. And in this pre-composition of text, what we're going to do is make this our main text layer. So whenever we change the text or font here, the outline and the 3D text will automatically be changed with it. So in order to do that, expand this text until you see the source text and expand the outline until you see the source text. Then grab the add point and property pick it to the source text of the top layer. And again in the 3D text, until you see the source text, make the source text of the top layer the parent layer. So now whenever you change this text, all the other text will automatically be changed with it. Now we're going to go back to our main composition where we'll be applying the slice text effect. After you have created your pre-composition of text, we're going to duplicate this layer and you're going to rename these layers as the top and bottom. Now I'm going to turn on our proportional grid right here, and we're going to slice our text in half using the mask option. So select your top layer and create a mask that slices this in half. So this is the effect you have in the top layer. Now I'm going to copy this mask with the Ctrl+C option and add it to our bottom layer. But here we're going to invert the mask, so just select this option. So now you have a top and a bottom layer. On both these layers, we're going to apply the effect of transform and change the skew to a -5. So just copy this and paste it at your bottom layer as well. Only on the top layer, you're going to apply the effect of drop shadow as well. Change the opacity to around 40. I'm going to change the angle to around 155 and the distance to around 43 and the softness to around 74. And now we're going to animate this slice effect. So just press the P button for both the top as well as the bottom. So we're going to go towards the 1 second mark and turn on the position stopwatch. So that at the 1 second, basically you have this effect. And at the 0 second mark, we're going to slice this. So what you're going to do is in the top option, you're going to reduce 20 from both of these. So this will become 940 and this will become 520. And then in the bottom position, you're going to add 20. So this will become 980 and this will become 560. Now when you play this, you have this slice effect being reduced so you can have your original text at the 1 second mark. So now that you've created the slice effect, we're going to get rid of the shadow. So in order to do that, at the 1 second mark in the top layer, at the 1 second mark, you're going to turn on the opacity stopwatch, and around 115 or 116, you're going to reduce the opacity to a 0. So that way, after your slice effect is done, your drop shadow disappears. Now the next few effects that I'm applying, they are completely dependent upon you. You can choose to do that or you can stop here. We're going to create a CC light sweep effect. We're going to go towards our main text layer. And this sweep effect will be generated after your slice effect is completely done. So around the 115 mark where the shadow has disappeared and your slice effect is done, you're going to apply the CC light effect to all 3 layers of your text, and the values are going to be a little different for all of these. At the top, you're going to apply the CC light effect and just make it smooth and change the edge intensity to around 25 and edge thickness to around 2. And then we're going to animate this by pressing the center stopwatch. So it starts around here, and around the 4 second mark, the center will be right up there. So this is the CC light effect. Now I'm going to copy this CC light effect. Make sure you're at the starting point of the CC light effect center keyframe, and you're just going to paste this on the outline as well, and then on the 3D text as well. But here we're going to change the value just a little, and I'm going to change the direction to around -32. Since we want this to be a 3D text effect, the angle of light on your 3D backdrop will be slightly different. And as you can see, in order to remove this part, all you have to do is make sure the CC light sweep is placed above your drop shadow. And now you have a light sweep effect on all 3 parts of your text. So in order to generate an animation at the end, all we're going to do is go to our main render composition, and here you're going to create a new null layer. You're going to parent this null object. We're going to make the null1 object the parent layer of both the top and bottom, not the background layer. And here at the 4 second mark, we're going to turn on the scale, keep it at 100, and at the 5-second mark, you're going to change it to around 495. And then in order to make it look even more realistic or to create an animation out of it, we're going to apply the fade effect to both the top as well as the bottom. This fade in and out option, and we're going to change the fade in to around 0. We're going to turn on the fade out stopwatch at around 415, and you're going to make it a 0 here. And at the 5-second mark, you're going to make it a complete 4800, so that it completely disappears off of your screen. Now I'm going to select both these keyframes and turn on the easy ease, and in the speed graph option, we're going to change our speed graph so that it looks like this. Now in order to apply the same effect to the bottom layer, you're going to copy both of these, the solid composite and the fade in and out, and you're going to place it, but make sure you're at the 415 mark when you place this effect. So this way both your top and bottom layer will completely disappear together. So now when we play this, your slice effect is being completed, the shadow is disappearing, you have a CC light sweep effect on all 3D layers. And at the end you have the animation where your text completely disappears as well. So this is how easy it is to create a slice text effect in 3D in Adobe After Effects, and I will leave the project file in the description box so you guys can change the colors, change the font, change the settings as you wish to make it your own. If you enjoyed this tutorial, please make sure you're subscribed to my YouTube channel for daily Adobe After Effects or Canva tutorials or simple text typography tutorials that you are interested in. I will see you guys in my next video. Until then, take care. Bye.